I'm going to share with you something that I shared with an engineer client that lives here in Huntsville. Now, he's got on our program and he's very satisfied with his results, but he's making more money now than he was making 5 years ago. So right now, with the more money he's making, he's now being able to pay off the $260,000 that he owes. He now can pay it off in 3.5 years. And he was very happy about that when he plugged those numbers into the program, his extra income, and the program recalculated everything and says, you're now going to pay off everything in 3.5 years, and you're only going to pay $16,000 in interest to accomplish that goal. He was so happy with that information. But when he told me about it, he was surprised to hear me say, you're paying off the house too fast and you're not paying enough interest. I said it that way to get his attention. He says, well, what do you mean? I thought that was the idea. Let me tell you something. I'm going to put my calculator on the screen here. Okay. So he has a calculator just like this. We plugged in the numbers. Okay. And one of the things that we can click on here is how much interest you have remaining. Okay. So when he clicked on the interest remaining, it showed him that he had $16,000 in interest remaining. I said, let's take out $2,000 out of your budget. So we take $2,000 out of the budget, and then the program recalculated and says, now you're going to be out of debt in 6.5 years instead of 3.5. And you're going to pay $20,000 in interest instead of $16,000. He says, Don, why is that better? I'm paying more interest and it's taking me longer to get out of debt. Why would I want to do that? I said, now to get out of debt in 3.5 years and pay $16,000, what would you have to do? He said, I'd have to put that $2,000 back in the budget. So that is for 3.5 years. So let's see here, 3 years, that's 36 months plus a half year, that's 42 months. Okay. So that's 42 times $2,000. So that's $84,000 you have to put towards debt reduction. $84,000 towards debt reduction so that you can get out of debt in 3.5 years and only save an additional $4,000 in interest. You go from 20,000 back down to 16. Is that how you want to spend your 84 grand just to save $4,000 in interest? He said, no. That's what we have to look at. We have to know how much interest is involved because we are constantly forgetting about and we're taught to ignore interest cost in all of our calculations. Now, I asked him, what do you want to do? And he lives right here in Huntsville. I said, why do you want to pay off the house in 3.5 years? He says, because I want to build our new house. Now, this is before the house prices really started shooting up. I said, why are you waiting? The houses are just going to get more expensive. He says, well, I don't have, for the house, I need $70,000 and I don't have $70,000 down payment. I said, you're paying down this house so well, go out and get a HELOC on your current home, which he did. And now start building your dream house now. $700,000. Okay. Oh boy, this is not the end of this story. You all want to listen, chime in on this. This is going to be a clip. Zero in on what I'm getting ready to say right now. So he went out and started building his new house. All right. And the house is almost completed. A $700,000 house in a $700,000 neighborhood at the time. I got word that the house next door to his just sold for $1.1 million. Come on. Amen to that. Are you hearing me? Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait. $1.1 million. He's so happy. He's so ecstatic that he got this advice. And now he's going to be able to pay off both houses. Because when he moves out of his current house into his new one, he's going to put a renter in that house, move into his new house, and he's going to pay both of them off in 10 years. We've already done the calculations. Oh my goodness. And now his $700,000 house is worth about $1 million and he hasn't even moved into it yet. Wow. That's what we're talking about. So the answer to the question is probably not all $90,000 at one time. You want to know how much money you want to put into debt reduction and put the rest of that money into wealth creation. Debt reduction, wealth creation, and we'll help you to determine how much money of your 90,000 goes to each so you don't lose out. It's called opportunity cost lost. And you don't want to be in those shoes. We want to help you to get the biggest bang out of your buck.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.